What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. We got some content that hopefully you guys will learn from today. I still get questions all the time about how I control my recoil, how do I control the pattern of guns, stuff like that. So I figured we'd drop a video for you guys, giving some tips and explaining how I control my recoil, how I hip fire, stuff like that. We'll be showing some gameplay. We'll also be going through some stuff that I like to do in the training gallery as well. I really hope you guys get something from this video. Make sure to drop a sub and a like if you appreciate the content, and I'll catch you guys on the next upload. So one of the first things I did when I was trying to learn how to control a certain gun's recoil is learning the pattern it takes. I already know the flatline does a type of zigzag, and then it pulls hard left, and then it'll pull right a little bit towards the end of the mag. And it's pretty much always going to follow that pattern. So if you can remember that recoil pattern that it takes, it'll help you with controlling the gun a lot. And I'll show the recoil pattern right here. So you can see it'll pretty much always follow the same pattern depending on where you're standing, if you're ADSing or not. And it kind of takes a zigzag, and then it'll pull hard left, and then it'll pull right a little bit. And if you can remember that pattern in the middle of fights, when you're shooting long range, when you're shooting like medium range, that'll definitely help you with controlling the gun's recoil. And you can apply that to most guns. Same thing with the R99. I'm pretty comfortable with its recoil. In the beginning of the mag, it has a huge burst of recoil straight up, and towards the end of the magazine, it settles at one point. So the 99 doesn't have a whole lot of horizontal recoil. You can literally just hold down on the 99 and you'll be good with controlling the gun more or less. And like I said, it can apply this to most guns. I like using it for the 99 and the flat because this is the loadout I use more than anything, but I suggest to practice it on your favorite guns. And I'll show the 99 recoil as well. So you can see it'll pretty much follow the same pattern more or less depending on where you are, if you're ADSing or not. And 99 just has a ton of recoil in the beginning, just straight up, and then it kind of just settles down. It kind of will move in a little bit of a circle towards the end. So like I said, if you can remember this in the middle of fights when you're actually using the gun, that'll make a huge difference and you'll definitely see some changes. Another thing when it comes to practicing in the range, you should only use a level 3 magazine and whatever your preferred sight is, simply for the convenience, because once you start putting on barrels and the stocks, it provides too much help. So if you practice for 10 minutes using an R99 with no barrel, and then you go into a game and you put a barrel on the 99, you'll see a huge change in how much easier it gets to control the recoil because you've already warmed up with the gun at its worst. After working on recoil control for however long, I like to work on warming up my thumbs, and I usually grab either a flatline or an R301 and I turn it to single fire, and I just start snapping from target to target. This will basically just warm up your thumbs and get you ready for those situations when you have multiple people in your line of sight. So you may not use single fire on your guns, and that's fine. This will help with overcorrecting. A lot of people have trouble centering their aim and trying to snap from target to target, and this will help with that. What the fuck? When it comes to hip firing, I think practicing it in-game in real situations is the best way to improve. You can apply most of these methods and I think it will help, but at the end of the day, I've seen the majority of my hip fire improvement primarily from practicing it in real situations. So that's one of the main reasons you see me using SMGs so much. The hip fire is extremely strong on them, so it fits my playstyle really well. And the most important thing about hip firing is you're keeping your mobility. So if you haven't practiced strafing yet, you might not be using hip firing to its full potential. because it's most useful when you can properly strafe and crouch in between fights. So if anything, I think it's possible to practice your strafing while hip firing on the dummies in the training gallery. Doing this in a real situation will always be different, but once you get the rhythm of crouch strafing and hip firing, it will become a lot easier to do in game, and I'll show you guys right here. Once you get to a certain point where you're comfortable with your gun's recoil and being able to strafe and crouch and combine all these things together, you can start practicing all of these things at once in the gallery. You pretty much just want to become comfortable combining all these different mechanics together, so once you practice this enough, it becomes second nature, and you'll pretty much start doing it without even thinking. And so movement is so important in Apex, so being able to master this kind of stuff will give you a huge advantage. Once you get comfortable enough with the rhythm of combining all these different things, using it in game will become a lot easier. So that's why I suggest practicing it in the training gallery a little bit before you practice it in game. Granted, there's still a pretty big learning curve when it comes to mastering all this stuff, so you probably won't get good at it overnight, but using it in game will definitely speed up the process. And right here, I'll show a little bit of everything that I went over. And that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something from the tips. I hope you learned. Make sure to write in the comment section what other kind of videos you guys want me to do. Make sure to drop a sub and a like if you guys are new to the channel, you appreciate the content. Check the description for all my links to my socials, my Twitch, where I live stream all the time. Check my playlist. I've done videos like this before in the past, so if you guys are looking for something else, make sure to check out my playlist. I do have some informational videos there, and I'll catch you guys on the next upload.